Have you ever had one of those mornings where getting out of bed feels like a slow, creaky process? Maybe your knees ache a little more than they used to, or your fingers feel stiff when you go to pour your first cup of coffee. You're not alone. As we get older, it's completely normal for our joints to let us know they're not as young as they used to be. But just because it's common doesn't mean we have to accept it as our new normal. Now, I'm not talking about some miracle pill or a fancy treatment that costs an arm and a leg. I'm talking about something simple, practical, and actually enjoyable: food. Yes, the food on your plate can play a powerful role in how your joints feel. And the best part? You don't have to overhaul your entire diet or give up your favorite meals. Just adding a few key foods each week can make a real difference in your comfort, flexibility, and overall mobility. So today, we're going to chat about 7 foods you should be eating every week to help reduce joint pain. These aren't exotic or hard to find. They're everyday ingredients that can fit easily into meals you already enjoy. Whether you're cooking for yourself or someone else, or even if you prefer to keep things simple, these foods can support your joints in a way that's easy and sustainable. Let's start with one that might already be in your fridge: fatty fish. Think salmon, sardines, or even mackerel. These types of fish are rich in something called omega-3 fatty acids. Now, I know that might sound a little scientific, but don't worry. Here's what it means in simple terms. Omega-3s are like nature's way of calming down inflammation in the body. And inflammation is often at the root of joint pain. When your joints are inflamed, they swell, get stiff, and hurt more. But omega-3s help to dial that down, like turning down the volume on a loud radio. So, what does this look like in real life? Maybe you have a nice piece of grilled salmon for dinner once a week. Or make a tuna salad sandwich with some whole grain bread. If you're not a big fan of fish, you can also look for omega-3s in high-quality fish oil supplements. But real food is always the best place to start. Just 1 or 2 servings of fatty fish a week can go a long way. Now, let's move on to something that grows right out of the ground and packs a powerful punch: berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, whatever you love, they all carry a hidden superpower. You see, berries are rich in antioxidants, which are kind of like little protectors in your body. They fight off the stress and damage that builds up over time, especially in our joints. And just like omega-3s, antioxidants help calm inflammation. But here's the best part: they're delicious. You don't have to force yourself to eat berries. You can enjoy them in so many ways. Toss a handful into your morning oatmeal, mix them into some Greek yogurt, or just eat them on their own as a snack. They add color, flavor, and most importantly, joint-friendly nutrients that your body will thank you for. And if fresh berries aren't always in season, frozen ones are just as good. Sometimes even better because they're picked at their peak and frozen right away. Speaking of powerful plants, there's one more food I want to talk about in this first part: leafy greens. Think spinach, kale, and even simple romaine lettuce. These greens are rich in vitamins like C, K, and calcium, which support joint health in different ways. Vitamin C helps your body produce collagen, which is a key part of keeping your joints cushioned and your cartilage healthy. Vitamin K plays a role in bone strength, and calcium, of course, is essential for maintaining strong bones as we age. You don't need to become a salad person overnight if that's not your thing. Leafy greens can be added to soups, stirred into scrambled eggs, or blended into smoothies where you barely taste them. A handful here and there adds up. And if you already enjoy a good Caesar or spinach salad, you're ahead of the game. Just be mindful of those creamy dressings. They can be tasty but heavy. Try a drizzle of olive oil and lemon juice instead, which is not only lighter but adds even more anti-inflammatory benefits. Now, I know some folks worry about their digestion when it comes to greens or high-fiber foods, especially if they're not used to eating them regularly. So here's a little tip. Start small. Add a little each day, let your body get used to it, and make sure to drink plenty of water. Your joints will feel better, and your digestion just might thank you, too. So far, we've talked about 3 key players: fatty fish, berries, and leafy greens. Each one has a different role, but together, they work as a team to soothe inflammation, protect your joints, and help you move with a little more ease and a little less discomfort. Just imagine being able to get up from your favorite chair without wincing or walking up the stairs with a bit more confidence. It's not about turning back the clock. It's about giving your body what it needs right now, in this chapter of life, to feel good and stay active. And that's the real goal here. Not perfection, not restriction. Just simple, steady choices that support your health in a meaningful way. You deserve to move through your days with comfort and energy. And what you eat, week after week, can be one of your strongest tools to get there. Let's keep going and explore more of these delicious, healing foods that can help you feel better from the inside out. Now that you've got a few good ingredients on your radar, let's keep that momentum going. Because when you're dealing with joint pain, or trying to prevent it, every bite counts. And the more we fill our plates with the right kinds of foods, the more we give our bodies a chance to heal, to feel stronger, and to do what they were meant to do: move with ease. So let's talk about something simple, comforting, and surprisingly powerful: olive oil. You might already be using it to cook your vegetables or drizzle over a salad. And if you are, you're doing your joints a favor. Olive oil, especially extra virgin olive oil, contains healthy fats and a compound called oleocanthal. Now, I know that word sounds fancy, but think of oleocanthal like nature's ibuprofen. It actually works in a similar way by helping to reduce inflammation in the body. The best part? It's easy to add to your day. A tablespoon or two over roasted veggies, used as a base for your salad dressing, or even lightly brushed on toast instead of butter can do the trick. You don't need a lot. Just that small amount can help your body absorb important nutrients from other foods and gently soothe your joints over time. And don't worry, you don't need to fry things or use it in big quantities. Just swapping out other fats, like margarine or processed oils, for olive oil can make a subtle but powerful change. It's one of those small tweaks that adds up with each meal. Now, let's move on to something a little earthier: nuts and seeds. These little guys might not look like much, but they pack a punch when it comes to joint health. Almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, these are full of fiber, protein, and more of those healthy omega-3 fatty acids we talked about earlier. But even more importantly, they're also rich in antioxidants and magnesium, which help keep inflammation in check and support your muscles and bones. Let's say you enjoy a mid-afternoon snack. Instead of reaching for crackers or chips, try a small handful of walnuts or a spoonful of almond butter on an apple slice. Or sprinkle some ground flax seeds into your oatmeal or smoothie in the morning. These aren't just tasty little additions, they're smart fuel for your body. And here's something interesting. Some studies show that people who regularly eat nuts and seeds may have a lower risk of developing certain inflammatory conditions, like rheumatoid arthritis. So while you're enjoying that crunch or that nutty flavor, you're also helping your body stay balanced from the inside out. Now, I know sometimes we're told to avoid nuts because of their fat content. But here's the thing, it's not about cutting out fat, it's about choosing the right kind of fat. The fats in nuts and seeds are heart-healthy and joint-friendly. And since they're satisfying, they can help curb cravings and keep your blood sugar steady too. Just keep an eye on portions. Those little handfuls go a long way. Let's move from crunchy to colorful and talk about peppers. Yes, bell peppers in red, yellow, and green. They're not only beautiful on your plate, but they're packed with vitamin C, which, like we mentioned earlier, helps your body produce collagen. Collagen is like the glue that holds your joints together. The more we support its production, the more we help keep our joints cushioned and smooth, instead of rough and painful. Bell peppers also contain antioxidants like beta-carotene and flavonoids, which help calm down the inflammation that wears away at our joints over time. And the best part? They're incredibly versatile. You can slice them raw and dip them in hummus for a snack, roast them with olive oil and garlic, or toss them into a stir-fry with some lean protein and rice. They add flavor, crunch, and a whole lot of joint-friendly nutrients. If you're someone who likes a bit more kick, even hot peppers like chili or cayenne can have anti-inflammatory effects, just in smaller doses, especially if your stomach's on the sensitive side. But for most folks, bell peppers are a safe and tasty way to give your meals a boost of color and comfort. It's amazing, isn't it? These everyday foods, things you can pick up on your usual grocery run, have the power to help your joints feel better over time. And you don't need to eat them every single day or turn your kitchen into a science lab. Just a few mindful additions each week, consistently, can help you feel more mobile, more flexible, and less stiff. And here's something I want to emphasize: it's okay to take it slow. You don't have to do everything at once. Maybe this week, you try adding a little olive oil to your lunch instead of that old bottle dressing. Or you swap your usual snack for a small handful of almonds. These are gentle changes that still allow you to enjoy your meals and routines, while doing something kind for your body. Remember, joint pain doesn't usually happen overnight, and relief doesn't have to either. It's about building a rhythm that works for you, day by day. Eating for your joints isn't about restriction. It's about nourishment. It's about choosing foods that love you back, that make your body feel supported instead of strained. And when you start to feel those little shifts, when your knees don't ache quite so much after a walk, or your hands feel a bit more nimble when you're buttoning your shirt, that's when it all starts to make sense. That's when you realize you're not just eating for taste or habit, you're eating for the way you want to live. Let's keep this going and look at a couple more foods that can round out your weekly routine and give your joints even more support. So far, we've added some real heavy hitters to your weekly meals: fatty fish, berries, leafy greens, olive oil, nuts, and those colorful peppers. Each one with its own role, each one quietly doing the good work of calming inflammation and supporting your joints from the inside out. But we've got one more food to talk about, and it might just be the most humble of the bunch. Let's talk about beans. Yes, simple, hearty, down-to-earth beans. Whether you like black beans, lentils, chickpeas, or kidney beans, they're all loaded with fiber, plant-based protein, and minerals like magnesium, zinc, and iron. These aren't just good for your heart and digestion, they're also fantastic for your joints. Now, what's so special about beans when it comes to joint pain? Well, it's twofold. First, the high fiber content in beans helps reduce a specific protein in the body called C-reactive protein, CRP, which is often linked to inflammation. Lower CRP levels usually mean less stiffness and swelling in the joints. Second, the protein in beans helps build and repair body tissues, essential for keeping your muscles strong enough to support your joints, especially as we get older. And the best part is, beans are incredibly affordable and versatile. You can stir them into soups, make a cozy chili, blend them into dips like hummus, or even toss them into a salad for a little extra heartiness. They're easy to prepare in batches and store well, which makes them perfect for anyone who wants to keep things simple in the kitchen. Some folks worry about beans causing bloating or gas, and that's fair. But here's a tip. Start with small portions and rinse canned beans well to wash off some of the starches that can cause discomfort. Over time, your digestive system usually adjusts, and you get to enjoy all those joint-loving benefits without the fuss. So, there you have it, the final piece in this little puzzle of foods that can help ease joint pain and make moving through your day a little smoother. Now, I want to pause for a moment here and just say something that I think is really important. This isn't about being perfect. It's not about following a strict diet or giving up everything you enjoy. It's about finding small, sustainable ways to support your body, ways that feel good and fit into your life, not fight against it. Maybe for you, that means starting with one or two of these foods each week. Maybe it's as simple as switching from canola oil to olive oil, or tossing some spinach into your scrambled eggs. Maybe it's keeping a bag of frozen berries in the freezer to stir into yogurt when you want something sweet. These little steps matter. They add up, and they can make a real, noticeable difference. Not overnight, but over time. Imagine this: waking up with a little more ease, getting through your errands without that nagging ache in your knees, or even enjoying an evening walk without needing to stop and rub your joints. That kind of comfort and confidence, that's what we're after here. That's what these foods can help you move toward. And listen, if you've been dealing with joint pain for a while, it's easy to feel discouraged. It's easy to think, well, this is just how it is now. But the truth is, our bodies are always trying to heal, always trying to move toward balance. When we give them the right tools, even something as simple as a bowl of lentil soup or a salmon fillet with dinner, we help that natural healing process along. Food is one of the most powerful, accessible tools we have. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be complicated. But it can be deeply nourishing, not just for your joints, but for your energy, your mood, and your overall sense of well-being. And you don't have to do it alone. This is a community, and your journey matters. If you've tried any of these foods already, or if you have a favorite recipe that helps you feel your best, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment below. Your story could help someone else who's just starting out. And if you found this video helpful, go ahead and tap that like button. It lets me know that this kind of content is valuable to you. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming tips and tools we'll be sharing to help you live stronger, healthier, and happier at every age. Let's keep the conversation going, because life doesn't stop after 60. In many ways, it's just beginning. Every step you take toward better health, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. You're not too old. It's not too late. Your body still responds. It still wants to move, to feel good, to enjoy life. You just have to give it the support it needs. So here's to a future with less pain, more movement, and more joy at every stage of life. You deserve that. You've earned it. Thanks for being here with me today, and until next time, keep showing up for yourself, one meal, one walk, one choice at a time. Here's to living your best life, joints and all.